Oh, what up? What up? What up, though? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your man marqnash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking the Beats. Yep. You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down the business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else you and I feel like talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, please be reminded this is a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Today, we got a very special guest coming to the show. His name is Michael Williams Sr. He's the father and coach of Michael Williams Jr., signed to Roy Jones Jr. Promotions. This should be an interesting topic. He's going to talk to us about their journey, talk to us about being a father or coach as well, what they have learned since they suffered their first loss, talk about the criticism that he received due to that fight. We're going to get his picks on these upcoming fights, talk to him more about his journey, his life, and he has an interesting story. So we're going to get into all that and more. This should be a good one, man. So give me 5 minutes. You already know what we're going to do. Give me 5 minutes of your time. Let's run this intro. Let this room populate. If it's your first time appearing on the show, on the chat, please leave us a comment. Let us know what part of the earth you roaming the turf. Let us know where you're from. Drop your area code. Even if you are a regular here, let people know where you're from. All right? We'll be surprised. Some of you guys might be round the corner from each other. So 5 minutes. Let's let this room populate. We're going to chop it up. And I'm asking you guys, I got a survey in the chat. And I'm asking you guys very simply, and this should be an interesting topic tonight. Very interesting topic. Let me put it on the screen. Do fans complain too much about corruption, race, and economics? We're going to talk about it. So I got a couple choices for this in the chat. So look at the chat. You can choose your choice. Yes, no, we need solutions. Some people might say, I don't see nothing wrong. So we'll talk about all of that. And we got special guest, Michael Williams, senior father and coach of Michael Williams Jr. So let me run this intro. I'll see y'all in 5 minutes. It's your man, marqnash, Breaking Beats. Let's get it, baby.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
From a good dream I awake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bush, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up, my boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hooks is so ratchet. These hooks is so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your ass. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures. You and your protocol. You and your policies. None of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas. You and your standards. You and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers. Going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged. Stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shoot. Mother, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bro. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real. But I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad side.
What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What's popping? What's happening? What's going on? Let's go. That's right, Lance. What up, my G? Yeah, man. This gonna be a good one. Let me make sure I got the board queued up. We're gonna take some phone calls as well. Yeah, man. We got Mike Williamson. He gonna pull up, talk to the coach for a little bit. About his life, what's been going on with him, Mike Williams Jr. Shout out to everybody who's pulling up. What up, though?
What up?
How y'all feel? What's the deal? What up?
What up?
Shout out to Punch.
What up?
Shout out to Drew.
What up?
Who else is here early? Shout out to my guy Crucial 13. What up, though?
What up, gangsta?
How you feel, my G? Yeah. Gabriel Gaming. What up, though?
What up?
Appreciate your time and energy. Man, let me talk about we got it. Y'all see the title, right? Y'all see the title. We're gonna ask Coach about this too. We're gonna get Coach up here and we're gonna ask him about the same thing. We gotta get the take on it. Are we complaining too much as boxing fans? Y'all can't even see me. Let me keep my cam and my lights going. Do we complain too much? We do all this complaining, but we still about to fight. Some would say, yeah, man, we do too much complaining. Some would say, no. The squeaky, what they say, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, something like that. How that saying go? Get this light right. Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if we This goes back to what I was talking to Punch about yesterday. Y'all thought I was done with it? Nah, I ain't done. I'm just getting started. Because here's the deal. Here's the real for real. If we just accept whatever they give as far as these fights go, we'll never get the fights we want to see. That's how I feel. Yeah, the remote ain't working. All right, I'll get this light right in a second. But yeah, man, we got to talk about the real for real. Gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good conversation. Okay, I see my guy here. What up, though? What up, though? Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You sound like you standing right here.
Good. I like to play jokes as close, baby. What up, Mark?
What's poppin', my G? What up, though? What up, though?
What up?
Shout out to Mike Williams Sr.
What up, gangsta?
You had the mini BET uncut video drop it. Then you had 2 intros. I said, damn, Mark doing it like
I did too much, right? It was too long of an intro.
No, I mean it was entertaining. That's what it's about, baby. You know,
I like to show people my camera work. People don't know I can, I'll be directing those videos too. So I like to show my work.
Yeah.
Can you turn the camera sideways? Will it fill up the whole screen, or is that possible?
Sideways.
Will it rotate? And there you go, bam, HD.
Yeah. I give you some. That's better.
That's great, Coach. How you feel, man?
Well, I took a little nap, man. You know what I mean?
I ain't get one.
I got the Michael Jordan bags under my eyes. You know what I mean? But I got up for you though. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man. Okay, let's jump right into it. We're gonna be here for a good time, not a long time.
No doubt.
We at your pleasure. When we start, let's start this off. For those who don't know, introduce yourself to the audience and tell them what you do.
I'm Michael Williams Sr., man, father of professional boxer Michael Williams Jr. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that, when it comes to the boxing world, anything else, we'll get into that. But that's what the world know me for, what I mean, is through, training my son with Roy Jones Jr. and a host of other coaches that we have.
How long you been? How did you get into boxing and training?
I actually was just a ball player, you know what I'm saying? And when we moved from Jersey,
football, basketball, what you doing?
Huh?
What basketball, football?
Basketball, yeah.
You ain't hooping, man.
Listen, before
I see you out there pulling up 315 pounds. I can't picture you out there trying to shoot no hoops, man.
Yeah, I was like 160 back then. Before Kobe, it was me, dog. I was next to Jordan. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm not even playing with you, dog.
I gotta see that. I gotta see some highlights footage.
Yeah, I was pretty good. But when we moved from Jersey to North Carolina, I used to do my little 1-2 in boxing and stuff, man. And then of course Mike Jr. was like, hey, I want to get into it now. I tried to get him to box in Jersey, but he didn't want to do it at the time. He was playing basketball, he's like 7. But when we moved to NC, I took him to Coach Khalil at Ambition Boxing, and Junior was just showing signs of greatness, at 8 years old, man. So, I stepped my game up, as far as training and learning from Coach Khalil, man, and the rest is history, man. So I've been doing it with my son since he's been 8.
Since 8 years old? Yeah. So you had no formal training, though? You were self-taught, or who taught you?
I learned from Coach Khalil. You know what I'm saying? When it came to this basic boxing, like training somebody, like going to the gym myself, sparring and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I played around with it, but it wasn't nothing serious.
You have an interesting story for those who don't know, man. You've been around the block. You've seen a lot of things. So you start training your son at 8 years old? Like, why not start training him younger than that? I hear some guys, hey man, I've been training him since he was 2 or 3. What was going on with that? If you mind sharing your story.
Now, when we lived in Jersey, I was going to this gym called Gladiators Boxing Gym. I believe it's in East Orange, New Jersey. And Mike Jr., he was young, man. He 6, 7 years old. He didn't want to do it. He was playing just basketball. So, like I said, once we got to North Carolina, just it clicked for him.
What made you guys move to North Carolina out of all the places?
Man, it's crazy. My wife got a lot of family down here, so we just, Man, it's funny as hell, man. We got a lot of family down here in NC, so we just wanted to get out of Newark. You know, Newark, New Jersey was kind of crazy. So out of all the crazy things that happened to us or that we seen in Newark, New Jersey, with the stolen cars and jokers wilding out, you know what I mean? Somebody stole my son's mongoose bike.
What?
And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Me and my wife was like, "Yo, we out." You know what I'm saying? Plus, at the
Over a
time,
bike.
at the time, I was doing music too. I had a group I was promoting, and I was managing groups and doing shows with Jadakiss and Jim Jones and them. So I had made some good money too off a show that I did with Jadakiss, man. So we decided to just pick up and go ahead and move.
So the journey what you guys started at with very young age, 8 years old. So from there, you guys get the boxing, you guys are out here. A couple years ago, I'm jumping around a lot too.
Yeah,
you guys had a little quote unquote YouTube internet beef with trying to get the Devin Haney fight. How did that go? How did that start, and what happened there? Because some people get a bad rap from some people because that's all they know you from, right? Respectfully.
Well, Mike Jr. and Devin got history. I'm saying we went down to Floyd's gym and to go get that work. Just me and Mike Jr. went down there and stayed at my man Pat Man's house. And so when we got to Vegas, man, they looked at us like we was crazy. It was like, y'all North Carolina jokers come down here and y'all want this dude to spar Dev. So I'm like, yeah, how else am I going to get better if we don't get out here and go do it? You know what I mean? Plus, you got to get out here and put your name out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so so the first day we headed to the gym, Bill was he was in his truck. So we walked by.
You said Bill was doing what?
Bill was in his truck. He was sitting in his truck. So we walked by and Bill was like, yo. So I turned around. So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, what up, Bill? And I went to introduce myself. And he was like, nah, I already know who y'all are. So he was like, you coming to get that work? So I'm like, yeah, we want to spar Dev. So he was like, say no more, and he set it up, man. And Cass tried to talk us out of it, bro. You know what I mean? But, the rest is history, man. Him and Mike Jr. locked ass.
How did you guys connect with Roy Jones, for those who don't know that story? Because he's a very popular, very Hall of Famer, right? All-time great to some people, myself included. Yeah. How does that connection make? Because I'm sure a million kids and boxers out there would love to have Roy Jones right there saying, "This is my guy." Like, how did you guys get the lottery ticket? Some would call it, I guess.
It came from me just putting out videos, man, and then one of the this girl I know, lady, this chick, my sister. Her name is Sunshine. She was a Mike Jr. fan, and she saw one of Mike Jr. sparring, and she was like, "Yo, he's athletic. I like how he moves." She was like, "Yo, I'm close with Roy. I think Roy would, love to train your son after he see this video. You know what I mean? It'd be a perfect fit." So she gave Roy the video. He checked it out, and Roy was just like, "Yo, in this sparring." Then if I wish you was gonna ask me this question, I would have gave you the clip. But in the sparring, Roy was saying some of the footwork and moves that Mike Jr. was doing that, you can't teach that. So he said, "Yo, I want to work with your son, but like first, man, we always got to pass like a big major test." He was
Say
like,
that part again?
"First, I want to see him fight."
Okay.
So I'm like, "All right, cool." And at the time when he called me, bro, he just called me out of the blue. He was like, "Yo, y'all ready? I got a fight for you. I want to see Mike." And we wasn't even ready, bro. Like Mike had just took like 3 weeks off. So I couldn't turn down that opportunity. So I said, "Yeah, we ready." And so he had set everything up for Mike to fight, and he told us to get in contact with this guy named Dean Toole. So Roy, he went out of the country. I think he went to Russia. He was like, when the fight, by the time the fight happens, I'm gonna be back.
Right.
So that's when you go on Mike's box rec, man. He fought this joker, man. He was like 160 pounds, and it was a rough fight for us the first round, man. This joker was big as hell. And, Mike ended up knocking him out in the second round. And Roy was like, yeah, I'm fucking with your son, man.
How is Mike doing?
He's doing great, man. He's doing great. You know what I mean? He's in his he's finishing his 4th, going into his 5th week in the police academy, man. So, you know, it's not as easy as he thought, but you know, he's in there, he's in the process, you know what I mean, to be a cop, man.
No, ain't no shame in taking care of your family. Let me say this. Last time we saw Mike, he did suffer his first professional loss. You took a lot of criticism during that fight from some people, sir.
They cooked me.
Who?
Social media killed me.
Hey, look, man, that's part of the game. You out here, you win it now, though, right? So it is what it is. Hey, look, but at the end of the day, that's your son. But on the flip side, a couple weeks earlier, people was killing Kenny Porter, saying, "Oh, you stopping the fight too early. You ain't give your son a chance." Then another guy gives his son a chance, and they say, "Oh, what are you doing? You trying to live through your son, and you're gonna get him killed out there. You making bad decisions. You need to fight." As soon as you get your first loss, it's always fire your dad or fire the coach.
Yeah, I thought
it's never like, "Oh man, we didn't rehydrate right. We had a bad game plan."
That's a fact.
We do learn from losses. Some of the best have bounced back from a loss. How do you deal with that kind of criticism when it comes with you and your son? Because you can't separate the two, can you? That's always gonna be your son.
Yeah, that's
even in the fight.
That's 150. You know what I'm saying? So we've been going through the criticism, bro, since we started, since he was little. You know what I'm saying? For some reason in professional boxing, the fans, promoters, people just don't like father and son teams. You know what I'm saying? So with our first loss, we knew we already planned ahead. Like, yo, we lose, they gonna cook us. You know what I'm saying? If we win, they're gonna be quiet and they look for us to lose, right? So once it happened, of course, bro, we cried, we was hurt. You know what I'm saying? We should have did this, we should have did that. We went over all our mistakes. But one of the things we wasn't going to do is when we got home, we wasn't going to delete our social medias. Mike Jr. wasn't going to run. I wasn't going to run. And to answer your question, man, you just embrace it because it's a part of the game, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the game. The fans ain't never going to be happy. You know what I mean? I seen the same people who used to say, Mike Jr. needs to step up and take a step-up fight, right? Mike Jr. needs to step up, take a step-up fight. We take a big-ass step-up fight. Oh, y'all shouldn't have did that fight. You know what I'm saying? So the fans ain't never happy, bro. They ain't never happy. You can't fire me. And I'm never living do this boxing shit out through my son. I was a ball player, and me being older, I love guns. That's what I like to do. You know what I mean? It's boxing.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that too.
Yeah, my son is just nice in boxing. So as a father, I support my son. You know what I mean? Like with my daughter. If my son was a professional goddamn a tennis player, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the same thing. You feel me? So it don't matter what it is, but whatever we do, I gotta be there.
So how do you guys get, other than not deleting your social media? Some would say, I guess, tune out the noise? Like, how do you just go to the range, start busting off rounds? Like, how you deal with the criticism?
We embrace it, Mark. We embrace it. I want that because me and my son is both competitors. So now I read, a Mark, my bro. I stayed up all night. Me and Junior, we read all the comments. We seen everybody who switched on our team, people who we thought was supporting us and cheering for us. Oh, they hopped on social media quick. Media who we thought was cool with us, they had stories out. Right when Junior took their last knockdown, they had a story up. You know what I mean? We ate all that, embraced all that, smelt all of it, and just we hungry because what they doing is creating a monster, dog. We gonna go harder. That's it. We embrace all that shit.
So for those who don't know, Mike Williams is not retired from boxing, correct?
No. Nah, Mike is taking a break from boxing because he's starting his other career. After he graduates the police academy, get on his regular schedule where he's out on his own, we will be resuming in the sport of boxing next year, getting that 20th victory. we'll be 20-1, and we'll be back on track.
No problem, no problem. So let me ask you this: when we talk about boxing in the landscape, you mentioned the fans. You see the title, see the thumbnail. How do you feel we as fans, or we got too many fanagers? Like Mike Williams should do this.
Word.
I said so, and I got a lot of subscribers.
Word.
You get what I'm saying? Like, do you feel like it's too much of that? Are we complaining too much? Go ahead. I don't want to belabor the point. But
I think the fans are fickle. They don't know what they want, and most of the fans don't even. We get that a lot. Yo, your son should do this. He should be fighting this kind of this and that. But here's the thing: these jokers, you take a fighter from 8 years old, right? And you get them to 19-0, right? Because that shit ain't easy. Fuck the competition, fuck the bums or whatever you want to call them. Respect all boxers, but fuck the tomato cans and bums, whatever you want to call them, nigga. That shit costs. That shit costs money. So if you don't have the money, you know what I'm saying, you ain't going nowhere. You feel me? So they don't know what they talking about. And I think the fans got to realize, look how they treated my son, right? We get a lot of support, but as soon as he lost, they trashed us. Now you got to listen. Mike Jr. is 19-0. John Bowser is 15-0. We went looking for that smoke. John Bowser didn't ask to fight us. He didn't want to fight us. We went looking for it. So salute to two fighters that are this young in the game. John is 23. Mike is 22. Risking they owe. We trying to get the fans. Fans are saying, "Oh, nobody want to fight each other." But as soon as a fighter fights somebody, y'all trash the shit out of the loser. Nobody has ever said, "Yo, shout out to Mike Jr. for getting in there with a tough dude like that," or shout out to Mike Jr. for getting up 5 times. My son could have stayed down, Marq. He could have quit. Hey, the first 2 times he went down, nigga, we could have quit. We could have took the bag and left.
Facts.
You feel me?
And be like, you know what? We'll just try again the next time. Let me get this money. Some people would have laid it down.
Seriously, man. So I think the fans, man, y'all got to start saluting these fighters that are making the fights for you, man. And then maybe motherfuckers will say they won't be scared to fucking fight each other, because we are really dealing with the politics of boxing with promoters. So then when you trashing the fighters, so them motherfuckers like, man, I just need to keep winning. You know what I'm saying?
What do you say to the people who say, fans, we don't complain too much because without us, it would be no pay-per-view? I see that in the chat from Jada.
Say that again? I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no. Go ahead.
So we got somebody in the chat. He said, without fans, there wouldn't be a pay-per-view. How do you feel about that? He said, we want the fights we want, so that's why we pay for cable TV like Showtime and HBO.
And I agree with him. And you should get the fights that you know what I mean, that makes sense without the politics and shit. Unfortunately, we all know how boxing is. That's not going to happen. That's the reason why we haven't seen Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence. So that's what I'm saying. When you got fighters, both of them undefeated, respect the shit out of that, even the losing. You feel me? But no, I agree with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We spend our money. We shouldn't, man. We shouldn't be buying. Ain't no way in the world, man. We should be excited about motherfucking Jake Paul versus these guys, man. Come on, man. That shit crazy.
You what?
Uh-oh. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey, that's what we getting. Hey, listen. We not getting what we want as fans and trainers and people that's in boxing. We getting what they giving us, dog. They giving us some bullshit to hold us over. You feel me?
That's what I said last night. And Punch Drunk Boxer came up here and said, yo, y'all still gonna do the commentary? This just me and you, Mike. So, we're going to talk how we talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it a stat with you. Respectfully, okay? The wife and your daughter ain't around, are they?
Nah, man. Do your thing.
All right, well, I'm going to keep it straight forward, my G. Just because we watch the fight don't mean we going to pay for the fight. Like my example last night was, yeah, I smashed Shorty, but I ain't paying for the pussy.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
That's different. You feel me? I'm thirsty. I'm gonna get the water, but I don't want to pay $4 for your Aquafina. I go outside and open, take some off the stream, off the tap. That's called stealing the fight. People gonna steal the fight if they want, if they feel like this card right here, Barrios, and I'm gonna get your pick on this. This Thurman Barrios card that's coming up. It's $75, $74.99 with tax, and everything. That's gonna be over $80. You feel me, senior? That's over $80. Canelo was undisputed, and it was only $5 more. Charlo and Castano was undisputed on regular Showtime. Why are we being told, $80? This is worth $80. Both of them lost their last fight. Both of those guys are going in here without their title. One of them got knocked out by 135 pounds. Why is this $80, senior? Please talk to me, a fan, and I guess they would say I'm a journalist now about the economics. Why the hell are we doing this?
I agree with you. It should be free. You know what I'm saying? In some sense, they are taking advantage of us because, especially the diehards, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna find a way to watch it, or we're gonna go ahead and spend the money. The casuals are going to definitely spend their money on that shit because they don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking shit with you right now about it. Guess what? We gonna buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair, but again, it goes back to what I just said, bro. We taking what they're giving us. At the end of the day, there's nothing we can do. There's not we can say, oh, all right, we ain't gonna buy it. But when the fuck we gonna stop buying it? When we gonna stop buying it, bro? You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I guarantee you now, out of left field, the hold is over. They're gonna come with one of them exhibitions and shit, bro. And everybody gonna be happy and talking about it. It's gonna smother the media, man. So I mean, what are we talking about, bro? You know what I mean? It's a business. It's a business, and it's what sells. Who can put the most asses in the seats? And unfortunately, the YouTubers is killing the game right now. You know what I'm saying? While the real fighters is sitting back, starving, and then when we got our best fighters, then the promoters can't get it right. You know what I mean? And then you got the fighters who just don't want to fight nobody. They want to keep shining. So the game is all fucked up.
Did you see the Gary Russell fight?
Yeah. I think he did great for a man fighting with one arm.
Did you think he was?
I like to see the rematch.
Do you think he was robbed, senior?
I think it was good, man. He did great for a man with one arm, man.
That's what I'm saying. He made it competitive. He exposed that he's a better boxer than that guy. But I didn't think he got robbed.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't think he got robbed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did great. I like to see the rematch.
What do you say? What do you say to the people say racism in boxing is a myth because the biggest stars are minorities? What do you say to that?
Nah, it's definitely racism in boxing, man. Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's take like Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Golden Boy, who do they cater?
Hispanic fighters.
Okay.
I was
you know
Latin fighters.
You know what I mean? Top. The only thing I had a problem with, I ain't gonna say I had a problem. When it came to Top Rank, I thought it was kind of tough with that because Top Rank do got a lot of black fighters, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we had our chance. We would have beat Bowser. We was on there, so they gonna give you a shot. But I don't know how deep it is like Terrence does. You see what I'm saying? So some things we just don't know about. But to say that it isn't any racism in boxing, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Have you or Mike Williams personally?
Real quick.
Have you guys experienced?
I'm sorry.
Have you?
Go ahead.
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry. I'm overlapping you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It was a little delay.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, you got a little delay now. Did you have you and Mike Williams or your team experienced any racism firsthand in boxing in your career so far?
Nah, man, not at all. Because we still on that come up. You see what I'm saying? We was controlling all our shit. You know what I mean? We gotta remember Marq, we independent. You know what I'm saying? So we do things our way. And you know, when we dealt with Top Rank, they treated us good. I mean, you feel me? But I will say, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Now we haven't. I gotta be honest.
So far, so good, right?
Yeah. So far, so good. Other than when we fought in Alabama, and the fans didn't really.
What happened to Alabama, man?
Yeah, Alabama. You know what I'm saying?
What they do, man? They were chasing y'all with watermelon and chicken or something. Like, what happened? Shit.
Yeah, Mike Jr. fought this kid named Anthony Curtis, man, and you know, despite his record, the dude can fight. You know what I mean? He come to make it hard. You know what I mean? And you know, white people was hoping he knocked Junior off, and when we won, oh, they let us have it. You know what I mean? The N-word came out, all that good stuff. Yeah, bro, they was mad. Like, niggas don't come back. I said, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just boxing.
Yeah.
So when you hear guys like Tim Smith say, hey, and you know, we all over the place with this one, man. You know, I want your insight, you know, get it from a coach's perspective. You're an industry insider. You do this, you know. When you hear things like Tim Scott say, Terrence wasn't built into a pay-per-view star, a lot of those guys has been fighting aren't pay-per-view stars as well, correct? Like Lamont Peterson, Sean Porter been on pay-per-view. He's not a pay-per-view star, correct?
Mm.
He said the economics is what's holding it up because fans will steal it. They won't buy the fight. I disagree with him. I say fans will buy the fight that they want to see, even in the pandemic. Would you agree with that?
I agree with you, and that's an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Break it down,
Terrence is a star, bro. Put Spence and Terrence in the ring right now and put a date on it. That shit gonna be sold out. What are we talking? And you can't say, oh, it's because Earl brought all that attention. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? That's something that we all want to see. We all want to see that. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think that's an excuse. You feel me? When they start pulling that, who's the biggest draw, who's the biggest star shit, that's an excuse to give us other bullshit fights.
So when have you been hearing this? Fans been saying boycott. They were gonna boycott the Ugas Spence fight. Also, they was gonna boycott this Thurman pay-per-view, the Ortiz. It was Ortiz versus Martin. See, I was under the belief, and you know, since we just bouncing ideas,
yeah.
Me being a manager, the card would have been more attractive. I mean, the Martin card would have been more attractive if this was all together. Like, I still don't understand how is this only $5 cheaper than an undisputed fight with Canelo? Is Mario Barrios a pay-per-view star by Tim Smith's logic? How do you feel about that? When you say, hey, it's nothing we can do, people were saying they're going to boycott these fights. They're just not going to pay for them. How do you feel about that?
The fans ain't going to do shit.
Hold up. You said we gonna do that? Hold on. It sounds like you just gave me the open hand slap. Hold up. Slap. Hey, look, I said I was gonna boycott. You sound like Nino after they burnt down the Carter. He was like,
sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Okay. Why you say the fans ain't gonna do shit? Come on, senior.
They ain't gonna. We gonna watch it. We might not pay for that shit, but we gonna watch it. We gonna find out what happened. We gonna talk about it. Media's gonna cover it. You know what I'm saying? And niggas is gonna show up, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That ain't nobody boycotting. Ain't nobody boycotting nothing. We gonna watch it, dog.
We gonna watch it, but we ain't gonna pay the $80.
Yeah, we might not pay for it. You know what I mean? I'll wait. I'll sit back and wait and catch somebody on Facebook go live with the music with the music playing, you know what I mean, so it won't get blocked and all that. But we gonna watch it. You definitely gonna see what happens.
Okay, we was talking about this too. I said certain words in boxing, people use them too much and they use them too loosely. We call people ducks.
Right.
He's chinny, cherry picking.
Yeah.
What's some more? Come on, neighborhood. Y'all got me in the chat. But you see what I'm saying? Do you feel like fans just use these words too willy-nilly? How you say it? Well, too loosely without knowing all the details. What say you? Or if a duck is a duck, what you think?
Well, a duck is a duck. Then you got to look at the people who talk like that. You know what I mean? Most of the people who talk that shit ain't going to fight nobody. God damn it, they ain't going to fight their coworkers at their job. You know what I mean? But they talk crazy about fighters and suggest who they should do. But it comes with the sport, though. You know what I mean? We can't really get mad at it in boxing because they do it in basketball, football. It's a part of the sport, man. It's just a form of throwing a tantrum because we not getting what we want. That's all. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, my philosophy is when you start talking like that, when you start calling fighters bums and chinny, make sure you can outperform that athlete. Because if you can't outperform that athlete, then what is you? What are you? You calling this joker chinny? Let one of these jokers touch your chin. But like I said, it's fans are frustrated. We all get mad, so we start throwing out shit like that. You know what I mean? Because we ain't getting our way.
Hey, look, because here's the thing. I always tell people, I was like, it was like, he ain't fought nobody. He fought all bums in America. I'm like, you can't knock out 14 dudes at I always say on your street or on your block or at your job or in your high school class. My G, you ain't knocked out 14 nothing.
That is fact.
Well, you got to be a little. I don't call no fighters bums. I think that's wrong, especially me not being a pro fighter myself. I think it's disrespectful because a bum will beat your ass.
That's a fact. You go to my son's box rec. There's some niggas on his box rec that'll get at you.
Tonight. Hey, look, no gym, no training camp, no nothing, just straight off the couch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think you gotta be careful with that because when you see these dudes, they real people, man. Look, I got a couple other things I want to talk to you about. If I don't know how much. Are we good on time right now? How much more I got?
I told you I took a nap, brother.
Okay, cool.
Took a nap. You know what I mean? I'm up.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I got the phone lines open. We're gonna take a couple calls too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Put the phone line up 470. Let me make sure I got the phone lines open. Bear with me. While I do this, let me ask you this, man. How do you see? Are you paying for the fight this weekend?
Nah. I'm gonna wait for somebody to go live and watch it that way. But I think that's a good scrap though. I like that fight. I think Thurman should win. I think he's probably going to be he's more rested, stronger. I don't look at that height stuff. But I ain't paying for that shit.
Okay. Do you feel like I told people this? This was a lose-lose for Thurman and boxing. And here's why. Yep. If he goes in there and blows out Mario, if he goes in there and does Mario Barrios in 4 rounds, he's supposed to beat him, right?
Okay.
They say you're supposed to beat him. You keep one-time Thurman. If you go in there and you struggle with him and you finally do get the stoppage late, they'd say, well, they're going to be comparing your performance to Tank Davis, who's a lightweight.
Well, here's the thing.
Here's even worse, though. Hold on, this the last thing. But let me say this. If he goes in there and loses, he's washed up. It's over. They're going to say he's over. If he goes in there and sells the place out and does a hell of a job on the pay-per-view, that's bad for us as fans because they can say, oh, yeah, we can definitely keep giving them whatever they want to. We just sold this place out and made good money. Mm-hmm. Thurman and Barrios, 2 guys coming off losses, losing their titles. 1 got knocked out. It's a lose-lose for all of us and them. But go ahead.
No, I feel you on that. Again, I think it's a good scrap, man. Barrios is good, though. You know what I mean? Because this is what they could have did. Upon Thurman's return, they could have got some Boca from overseas that we never even heard of. They got a winning record and ranked and ranked him overnight and put him in there and Thurman knock him out. You know what I mean? At least they putting somebody in there that's going to be a good little scrap though, bro. Because they could have did that. You got to remember, boxing, man, they do anything they want, bro. They'll try to put a sheet over you, dog.
So they said it's 10-ounce gloves on this fight too. Oh, so let me get your answer on that. So do you feel like this is a lose-lose or this is a win-win? Like, where's the good in this fight other than these guys are earning a living and taking care of their family? Other than that, where's the good for Thurman and where's the good for boxing fans?
It's just a fight, bro. I mean, Thurman been out a while. I think that's a good little scrap, you know, to come back. You know what I mean? You gotta remember in boxing, I don't know who. I think Thurman reached out to him because I don't think he reached out to Thurman. And in boxing, you're not going to ever pick a guy that you don't think you can beat. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Barrios, whatever you say his name, how you say his name, is doing this for money, but Thurman. That's a kid who going to put up a good little fight, but he should win, and Barrios is going to get paid. You know what I mean? Again, though, bro, because Thurman has been out so long, they could have put some joker from overseas with a winning record and said, "This is what y'all gonna get. This is his comeback fight after being out so long, and then they'll promise us he'll have a bigger fight later." And guess what we would have did? We would have accepted it. You know what I mean? But they give us this. They give us
open
this.
hand slap again.
Yo, I try to be truthful, bro. You know what I mean? They could have gave us some crazy name, dog. You know what I'm saying? But they gave us my man Barrios.
So I heard they're using 10-ounce gloves for this fight. Barrios says it was Thurman's side. Thurman's side is saying it's Barrios' side. Who's telling the truth here? Because who would be the final decision? Is that the commission saying, "Hey, we're not going to let you go in there and kill this guy coming up"? You know, or because Punch said it's Thurman because Thurman want to protect his hand.
Yeah, but
Thurman is saying it's Barrios because Barrios don't want to get hit with those smaller gloves.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good one. But at the end of the day, are they using the 10s?
Yes, sir.
It don't even matter who wanted them or who didn't. They using them. You know what I mean? Now let's watch the fight. But bro, you know them 10s, them 10s, they still crack. So no matter, bro.
2 ounces, right?
Yeah, they gonna still crack.
What do you think? So is it anything fans or fighters and coaches that it sounds like you said it's hopeless? What can we do to clean up the sport? So we got some guys who pop, they get shorter sentences. Some guys say, "Hey, no, he's on probation." I think they said Valdez is on probation, right? He said he did a whole video saying, "I've never been a dirty fighter," but yet he got probation. I was like, I never went to court, and I've been to court several times. I never got acquitted in probation. You get what I'm saying? Either I did nothing and I walk out of here scot-free, or I get probation because it's something that happened there. What do you say about that? And what can we do to clean up?
You asking me clean up the sport as far as the peds and shit?
Yeah, about the PEDs and things like that.
You ain't cleaning it up. These jokers are going to continue.
Hold on, another one. Damn.
Nah, man, I'm being honest.
He said, man, we ain't got no power. Just buy the fight or don't buy the fight.
Hey, Mark, they're going to continue to find ways to cheat, bro. For real, man. These motherfuckers taking these peds. They getting extra IVs. They getting the asthma pills and stuff, man. Opening up their lungs, bro. That's just what they do. Whoever get caught, they get caught. You know what I'm saying? My son home training hard and taking fucking gummy vitamins. We probably need to start doing some shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm keeping it truthful, dog. They're gonna always sneak and find ways, Mark. You ain't cleaning it up. Boxing been around forever. You ain't clean it up. If you get caught, you get caught.
Couldn't the penalty be stronger though?
That's what I'm talking about.
Hit the pot like if I sit you out for 6 months and you fight every 6 months anyway, I didn't really punish you.
That's that.
But when I sit you out for a year or 2 years or 18 months, your body's changing. Other people's body is changing. You're rusty, and it's hurting your pockets. You can't feed your because this is what you do for a living.
Start. I agree.
You gotta start selling them Ferraris and shit.
Word up. Start.
You froze. Am I frozen too?
Sydney. Yeah. You back? You back? I'm back.
Yeah, you good.
Start sitting these jokers down for 3 years. Straight up. First charge, 3 years. Second charge, 6. Make like you said, make it real. Oh, they ain't gonna. They're gonna be scared to mess with it, Mark. They're gonna be scared to mess with it.
3 times for life. 3 times you out for life.
Come on, you feel me? You gonna see a lot of motherfuckers getting little. All them extra abs and shit and veins and shit, dog, making weight extra strong. Motherfuckers moving up from fucking flyweight to fucking middleweight, knocking niggas out. All that shit has stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Who do you got? Who you got as do you feel like the game is set up for us this way? Like they could do this if they wanted to, but they choose not to. Why? You froze, or did I freeze?
You know what's going on? It's you got to protect the stars at some point. You know what I'm saying? Money. It's about that money, dog. Money. Canelo got that money. He's a star. He's he's the face of boxing right now. You feel me? You know what I mean? If you got the money, man, it's money, bro. Boxing is just ran off money, man. I can show you, man. I wish I had the money. I can show you some shit with Mike Jr. that'll blow your mind, dog. If I got the money, now you wake up in the morning, Mike Jr. have a WBC belt, ranked number 5. Like this nigga just lost to John Bowser. How that happened? Money, dog. Money. It's about that money, man.
So who got the money for Yildirim though? Because Yildirim, he lost to Anthony Dirrell. His next fight was Canelo after a loss and a layoff. How does where's the money from Yildirim to do this? He ain't got the money.
Business. I don't know his business, bro. You feel me? We can speculate all day, but we know his money involved, don't we?
Somebody got paid. Yeah, he got paid.
Yeah. So, you know,
but he's chosen. Like, and I'm just saying, like, it would make more sense for Anthony Dirrell to get the shot because he's the one who beat Yildirim. Why he didn't fight Canelo?
Bro, that boxing ain't gonna make sense. Why the hell did Conor McGregor, an MMA fighter, turn pro in professional boxing and he fight one of the greatest fighters in the world for his pro debut? Money. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. They do whatever they want in boxing. You got the money, boxing do whatever they want, man. It's money, dog. It's money.
So we just stuck between the ropes and a hard jab, I guess what you would say. Like, there's nothing we can really do. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's a fact. Because last night Punch said, Marq, we're the only fans that devalue our sport. Boxing, baseball, basketball, these other people don't devalue their sport. I told him, I said, because we're the only place where the best ain't fighting the best. And they can just tell us that in your face, like, whatever. Like, so what? You did good all year. You did good all year. These the two with the best record. That's who going to the Super Bowl. Yeah. It's like a series. Like, these guys don't have, it's no Super Six no more. They ain't doing no tournaments. Like, where it's no ducking, like Olympic style almost. Yeah. You remember the Super Six that Andre Ward was in? Yeah, that was beautiful for boxing, I thought. Yeah. But people, that shit went on pay-per-view. That was like on Showtime or something, right? Yeah. Yeah. You saw it. If you didn't, you didn't. It was just, I don't know, man. It's kind of disappointing to hear you talk. Like, I had a whole balloon of hope that was rising up, and you came through. Yeah,
you know, because I try to keep it truthful, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going off of the track record, Mark.
Got a call.
Yeah.
Let's get this call. This is my guy D-Ray 402. What it do? All the way from Nebraska. What up, what up, what up, though? Talk to me, D-Ray. You live on air. We got Mike Williams Sr. here, father and coach of Mike Williams Jr. Talk to me.
Hey, I want to say great content, man. Great interview. Everybody subscribe, like, and share on all platforms. You know, and I also seen with World Combat and Cano and so forth and so on.
You sound muffled, D-Ray. Speak up, D-Ray. You sound a little low and muffled.
Okay, my bad. Can you hear me better?
Perfect. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just saying that I've seen Mr. Williams, you know, and every time he's been insightful and real, and I appreciate it. You know, I love the relationship that he has with his son. And I just want to know, for the other fathers that are trying to do the same thing with their sons in boxing, you know, starting from the bottom and working their way up, if he has any advice and, you know, mistakes that, you know, he that he can help them avoid and so forth and so on. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Good call. Good call. Go ahead, Steve.
Hey, shout out to you, man. Thank you for your support, bro. My advice to the fathers, man, coming up, man, who got sons that box or daughters that box, stay close to your kids. Yes, there will be times where people, media, fans will try to split them up. The more they win and the higher they go. I would definitely say stick to your plan. Stick to your plan. If you set the goal to be 10-0, 5-0, 10-0, 20-0, stick to that. You know what I mean? If you, especially I really speak for the independent boxers. You gotta remember, we not signed. So we get our money from sponsors and from the mud, you know what I'm saying? The mud. And so you gotta pay for them fights. You know what I'm saying? Just stick to your plan and step up when you want to. You know what I mean? Like with Mike and John Bowser, we went looking for that smoke. I called Top Rank for that fight. You know what I'm saying? And we learned from that. We made some mistakes, D. In that we didn't hydrate properly. You know what I mean? But I learned. But I say stick to your plan. And the most important thing is, man, never fold under pressure, because the fans are going to come at you, man. They're going to pick your box rec apart. Your fighter ain't fighting nobody. He's this, and that. And when you do fight somebody and you lose, they're not going to give you no credit. They're going to torch you there, and then you was better off sticking to your own plan and keep moving. You know what I mean? So definitely move at the string of your own drum, man. The beat of your own drum.
All right, that was D-Ray. Good call. If you guys want to call in and ask a question of Michael Williams Sr., the number is on the screen, 470-705-9507, 470-705-9507. In the words of the late, great Miss Cleo, call me now, and we can chop it up, talk about some boxing. My thing is this. Let me ask you this. This is a little thing I like to do when I talk to you guys, best of the best, right? Who has one of the best jabs that you guys either faced in the ring, or not even just the guys you faced, but in boxing that you've ever seen, all-time greats? Who had one of the best jabs?
Yeah. None of them guys that we faced had good jabs. Of all time, man, jabs?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, if you wanted Mike Williams to, like, man, Mike, this was one of the best jabs. Like, we trying to emulate the greats right here.
Bro, you know who had a great jab coming up for me? And he don't have a highlight name or nothing. Bruce Seldon. Bruce Seldon, dog. He fought. He the one that fought Tyson tonight.
Remember Bruce?
Fuck God. He from Atlantic City. I'm from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Bruce.
Oh, so you buy it. It's a little hometown cooking right there.
Bro, Bruce jab was crazy, dog. You know what I mean? I can go pick some famous boxing, man. We get that all the time. Bruce Sheldon's jab, go look him up. His jab was crazy to be a big man, dog.
Okay, fair enough. Best head movement. Like,
Best,
wow,
oh man, best.
we want to emulate that. We wish we had this. Because some guys just born with it naturally. Some things you can't teach, like you was talking about earlier.
I think Whitaker. I like Whitaker. I like Parnell. Yeah.
Yeah, because what Purnell does, I wouldn't try to tell a guy to do that. It's like, man, that's dangerous. You see guys, you can make a highlight clip of guys doing like this, hands low, doing and getting, you know, see the soul leave their body. You'd be like, is he okay? Don't even count. Get he needs the medic. You get what I'm saying? Because he was doing too much, trying to be Purnell. You can't teach some of that. That's like he's been doing that since he was a little boy type stuff, right? Best footwork.
The best footwork.
Somebody said all Roy Jones. Oh no, somebody said Ali Roy Jones. Okay. For head move.
Yeah. I gotta go with Ali, my brother Roy, and Lomachenko. I like Prince Nassim too, but yeah, I like that. Shout out to my man who posted that. Appreciate that. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought he was talking. Maybe that came in for head. Maybe he was talking about head movement, but footwork too, I guess.
Yeah, footwork too. Ali for a big man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Best chin.
Best chin. Yeah. Best chin. B-Hop got it. I'm thinking one time he got it. I don't know, man. I was gonna go with B-Hop. B-Hop had a nice chin. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. George, I think George Foreman had a nice chin, bro. You don't think so?
Yeah. I thought Holyfield had a chin too. He was just in there too old in there last time fighting the dude. Holyfield had a damn beard. Hagler had a beard. B-Hop definitely had a beard.
Yeah.
Ali had a beard to his detriment. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Somebody said clips. I guess he messed up earlier. Okay. Holyfield, no doubt. B-Hop. All right. Let me ask you this, man. Again, if you guys want to call, the phone lines are open if you want to ask a question. Before I let you go, I would be remiss to ask you why you brought up something and I wanted to follow up on that. I forgot. You said you guys didn't rehydrate properly. What do you mean exactly when you said we didn't rehydrate properly?
Well, number one, man, when it comes to Mike Jr. fight, I no excuses. We got our ass beat that night, clearly. James Toney, that's a fact right there, boy. But I was warned, man, by Roy, not to fight Mike Jr. at 140. You know what I'm saying? We did, and then we end up going too low, Marq. We dropped down to 138. And
slow down. You said you was warned not to fight him at 140. What do you want you guys to fight at?
Well, we 147. 147. You know what I'm saying? 147. Mike is good. See, again, Mike is caught up in the middle. At 140, he's draining himself. At 147, we can't really bang with the big dogs because he's not big long enough. You know what I mean? Like somebody said some shit to me like, yo, this is before Mike lost. How about your son fight Boots? Absolutely not.
No, I seen Boots, bro. Boots about my Boots look like he's my size.
Like they walk.
Look at this picture of me beside Boots, bro. Boots ain't no little dude. Look at me beside Boots.
Yeah. So you look at Mike Jr., right?
Mike Jr. Walker. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, bro. So Mike Jr. walk around 155, close. You know what I mean? He drinks some milk, the nigga 156. So we drop him all the way down to 138. You know what I mean? So he caught in the middle. So we still trying to find ourselves. But to answer your question, man, we just didn't rehydrate back up, bro. The night of the fight, man, Mike Jr. weighed at his weight was like 145. Bowser was clearly at 160 something. You know what I mean? So I don't really want to go too deep, but we didn't do any extra shit. We didn't do no IVs and stuff like that. That's our team. I wish we would have, but we didn't. You know what I mean? Mike was in there weak. He tried his best for 4 rounds, you know what I mean, before he got TKO'd. It is what it is. But I guarantee you, the next time he's back on TV, oh, he's going to be more than hydrated. More than hydrated. He's going to look like you, Marq. He's going to be your side of this.
Bridgeweight side of the game right now.
Huh?
I don't know if you can tell by my cheeks. I'm on the bridgeweight. I look like a bridgeweight right now, or a cruiserweight. Yeah, man. Yeah, don't get him in there like me. You don't want to blow it that big. Hey, look. When do you think? What do you see you guys? This, you know, you say he's going to take pretty much the rest of this year off, right, and finish his training and everything.
Yeah.
How do you guys see?
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to go with this boxing thing? How far, and even yourself, far as not just training your son, do you see yourself working with other fighters in the future, working with other youth, bringing them up? Where do you see yourself going with this?
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, the main goal is to be a world champion. You know what I mean? As far as the youth is concerned, Mike Jr. is a great role model, man. Any up-and-coming boxers here in North Carolina, man, or our city in Fayetteville, you know what I'm saying? Of course, he's that guy who would help, you know what I mean, the younger generation. You know what I mean? He's just like Mike Jr. is a good young man. But our ultimate goal is to be a world champion. The police thing is, I think a lot of fighters fall short not thinking about life after boxing. So we just want to secure the bag when it comes to a career after boxing and in between. You know what I mean? So when these fighters are not in the ring, they spending money. So when Mike Jr. is not in the ring, he making money. You know what I'm saying? So when we come back to the sport of boxing, we using boxing. Boxing is not using us. You feel me? So we don't want to always have to depend on sponsors sending us money every month and stuff like that. We want to have our own money. You know what I'm saying? And then plus with law enforcement, man, is in his blood too. You know what I mean? So he grew up in that. This isn't something that we just decided right before he fought Bowser. You know what I mean? If anybody know our team, Mike Jr., he's been in Fayetteville Police Explorers programs. That's like a Boy Scout for police. You know what I mean? So when he was younger. So yeah, I think. Hey, real quick, you fighters out there, it's a lot of broke fighters too.
Yes, sir.
Just start looking at that. It's a lot of broke fighters.
And look, and it's no. I always tell people it's no shame in providing for your family. It's no shame in that. I don't care. And what you do for a living does not determine if you deserve respect or not. Just because I'm a garbage man don't mean when you see me out with my wife, you just throw your trash in front of my feet like, pick it up, nigga. That's what you do all day, ain't it? You're going to get your face broke right here. Yeah. With a garbage can probably too. You get what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Joe Smith Jr., remember, I think he had a job. He doing the construction stuff until he won his title. I think he won the title, went back to work. Remember that? Remember that he won the title, went back to work. You're like, man, this is a union job.
Yeah, he's a smart man. And speaking of man, you know, that's
Roy Jones fought a guy. I remember Roy Jones fought a police officer before. I remember that when I was a kid. He had the black trunks on, and yeah. I mean, there's no shame. A lot of these guys have jobs. I mean, because it's a tough business. I call it the beautiful ugly. Beautiful sport, ugly business.
Yeah. You know, Mike Jr., man, we try to keep him ahead of the game. You feel me? So
indeed. Now you got. I'm sure he's gonna pass the marksman class with flying colors.
Yeah,
you guys have a YouTube channel. I mean, a Facebook channel called Guns and Boxing.
Yeah,
it's blowing up, getting a lot of views on it. You got some comedy skits that you've done up there too. I started to show one of them, one of the ones you got on Instagram, but I don't know if you wanted me to show it. But it's hilarious. It's funny to me. But it shows your character. I didn't even know you had that in you.
Yeah, shout out to
with the wig and everything. I was like, this dude is funny.
Yeah, shout out to Guns and Boxing, man. With Guns and Boxing, what I wanted to do was because my regular Facebook page, a lot of people would ask me, hey, post my videos on your page, because of Mike Jr. and my page gets a lot of attention. So what I wanted to do with Guns and Boxing, because I'm into guns and boxing, I wanted to create a page where boxers, any boxer, can go post their videos and promote themselves. And then with the guns, man, I think a lot of people should practice their Second Amendment, man. They right to bear arms. In that group, man, we got a lot of firearm instructors that help you get your carry and conceal. You got any gun questions? You want to know what the latest weapons is out? You got any questions about guns? You can go to that group. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do, man. We really train. Like I just don't own a bunch of guns, bro. Like we really get down with guns. You know what I mean? Tactical training. We do home invasion drills. And one of the biggest things, man, is just situational awareness. A lot of people don't have that. You know what I mean? Just having a gun ain't just it. It's a way of life with a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Practicing gun safety. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, he's going to be good on that. That boy been shooting since he was 8.
Now, when did you start getting into the firearms, right?
Man, this is good shit right here. My first. As a matter of fact, some of this is gonna be in my book too, Mark. I like this.
Talk to us about the book. Do you got the title for the book yet?
Nah, man. I want to release my book, man. I'm trying to wait till Mike Jr. win a world championship, man. God damn, it's a little bit harder than what we think. So I might have to drop my book here in the next couple of years. You know what I mean? But I think I don't have a title yet. My first interaction with the weapon, I was 16 years old. My bro came to my house, and he gave me a revolver, and it was a situation we had a problem, and went out there, took care of the problem, and I fell in love with guns. But again, like I said, I was a basketball player though. You know what I'm saying? But I had a thing for revolvers ever since then.
Let me. For those who don't know, you do have a checker pass, respectfully, right?
Yeah.
Can you share any of that?
Yeah,
we past statute of limitations, or nope? You ain't no paperwork or nothing, right?
No,
I don't look. We ain't gonna turn this to Vlad. I don't want to get nobody banged up. You know, they say he get people indicted. I'm like, no, they say what they want to say.
Oh yeah. No,
they say what they want to say. And but talk to us, man, about your past, man. For those who don't know, you kind of got a slightly checkered past, and you are a rehabilitated man. Give us a little bit of your backstory.
Yeah, I did 3 years in prison. You know what I mean? So messing with these guns, they have gotten me in trouble. They got me out of trouble. But I made history. And look, check this out. It's Black History Month. So this is perfect. I'm one of the few black men in the world to ever get a felony expungement. You know what I'm saying? So that's big. That's big. You know what I mean? So I did 3 years in prison, man. A dude tried to rob me. I shot him. I didn't really understand the law back in the days, you know what I'm saying? This is in the 90s. So I ended up having a public defender. You know what I mean? At the time, Mike Jr. was just born. I ain't gonna lie, man. When they told me I was facing like 15 years in prison, I went ahead and just took a plea bargain for 41 months. Ended up doing 36. You know what I mean? They told me the next time I would see Mike Jr., he would be 15 years old, 16 years old. And at the time, bro, he was only like 3 months. So that scared the shit out of me. You know what I mean? So I ended up just doing taking the 41, did 36 of that. And when I got home, man, Mike Jr. was 3 years old. You know what I mean? So it was one of the best feelings of my life, man. So I'm still chasing that. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody was trying to rob you. You shot them.
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was like 22, I believe. So
no felonies? Did you have any felonies?
I was in the Army, bro. I was in the Army at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was in the Army at the time, but when you leave off of the Army base, you go into the next town. So what happened was, dude, they tried to rob me. I ended up shooting him. So instead of me calling the cops, waiting for the cops to come and tell my side of the story, I didn't do that. You know what I mean? Because this ain't my first rodeo with a pistol. You know what I'm saying? So I was ignorant to that, dog. So when you think you can get away with something again and again, eventually it'll catch up to you. So, boom, he goes to the hospital. See, I didn't know. I know all this stuff now, but he goes to the hospital. So when you go to the hospital with a bullet in your body, the detectives show up. So
Automatic.
He's not going to say, I tried to rob this dude and he shot me. So he made me the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So I tried to, tell them what happened. Even my homeboys that was with me, you know what I mean? But I was hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was real ignorant with it though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, you know what I mean? I wasn't cooperative type, you know what I'm saying? So end up, getting discharged out of the Army and did my 3 years in the state penitentiary. Now, the beautiful
What state was this?
Huh?
What state was that?
Kansas. Yeah. yeah. Kansas.
Oh,
Kansas in the 90s was still rough. You feel me? So, like, you live and you learn. But look, shout out to Kansas, though, because the way I got my expungement, Mark, is, it took me like 14 years of just being out of trouble. And I called the lawyer in Kansas, right? And the lawyer said he remembered me, bro. So I was complaining to the lawyer because when I used to apply for jobs, I would get denied. And one day I asked one of the managers, I said, yo, I really want this job. And he was like, man, we can't have you, man. You got aggravated battery. It says right here you got a murder.
You got what?
Now, so it says you got the manager said, hey, you got aggravated battery. It says you got a murder on your jacket. So I was like, a murder? You know what I mean? So I called the lawyer because I was trying to sue the state of Kansas because I'm like, yo, I can't get a job because they lying. Yeah, I did shoot this dude, but I don't have a murder and stuff like that. So they had added extra on my jacket. So
what?
I don't yeah. So I don't know what happened in Kansas, but this is what came back to me. My lawyer hit me up. He said, you can still try to sue these people for $500,000, some shit I was trying to do. He said, the state is just going to keep pushing it back. You ain't never going to get that money. He said, but they did offer you an expungement. Bro, I jumped on that out my life back, bro. So immediately.
So it's like it didn't happen almost?
Well, it happened, but when I applied and even when I got on the police department, man, they can't look at that. It's expunged. You know what I mean? So I got my gun rights back.
So when you say, do you got to check that box?
No.
You can say no.
Like it's never happened, bro. You know what I mean? Now, in law enforcement, FBI and them, they'll see it. But it says expunged right next to it. So I got a fresh new
how or why it happened, but it don't matter. It's like it never. They can't hold it against you. Is what you're saying.
God is great. You gotta remember, man. I ain't no thug. You know what I mean? I'm a defensive shooter. You feel me? I'm a defensive shooter.
Me too. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody.
Exactly.
I just want to make it home.
Exactly.
Man, this has been a hell of a conversation, man. I don't want to hold you up, man. I know your time.
Man. So life is great.
This has been beautiful,
good,
man. We got to give. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? So I'm one of the
choppy, and it's starting to get choppy and a real bad delay. That's what's going on.
Yeah, that ain't nothing but God telling me shut the fuck up.
No, man. This is a great story, and I think it's dope that you shared this story, and I think it's gonna give some people a lot of insight about your character, a lot of insight about you and your team, and I think it was dope. And I think some people will learn something about the value of an attorney. You know, if you in the right, stay all the way within the right, and just be consistent and have some self-determination. Because you said it took 14 years, but some people I know probably just wouldn't have let it go. They would have just not even looked into it. They would have just said, yeah, I know I got a felony, whatever. But then, hold up. They said I did this and this. No. I ain't just walking around with the murder. And I wouldn't hire you neither if I was the guy. Like, hold up, if he late for work, we can't say shit to Mike.
Yeah.
He come in and shoot the shit up. He'll come shoot the shit up tomorrow.
They still can't say shit to me. Word up.
Man, you're a remarkable individual, man. Tell people how they can follow you on all social media. Tell people how they can follow your son and his amazing career as it continues to grow, and also your dope ass group on Facebook.
Well, always, man, it's always about my son, Mike Jr. You can follow him on Instagram at Michael Williams Jr., the boxer. He also has another page, Michael Williams Jr. Jr. And then, of course, I'm on there. I think I'm under Team 150 or something like that, Michael Williams Sr. Facebook, Michael Williams Sr. And for those that are listening, join our boxing group, man. It's called Guns and Boxing on Facebook. Of course, I'm one of the admin. I add you, man. If you into weapons, firearms, and you love that, man, this is the perfect group. Because obviously, if you're tuning in, you love boxing, so it's Guns and Boxing, man. But shout out to my entire team down here, man. All our sponsors, Al Tariq, Money Mike, Chad, Jay Dozer, everybody who support Michael Williams Jr. I love y'all. Thank y'all. Yo, man, World Combat, baby.
And shout out to World Combat Sports. Shout out to World Combat Sports. Thanks for go ahead, sir. Oh, that was your wife said that? Oh, tell her I said, hey, how you doing, Mrs. Williams? Nice to say, appreciate your opportunity. Thanks for letting me bar this gentleman here for over an hour. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. This has been super dope for me. I'm gonna get one of them naps that you was talking about. You got any final words you want to say to anybody else, sir?
Yes. Yo, my son, shout out to Match Bout. My son, Michael Williams Jr. has his own boxing shoe. You can get that boxing shoe at www.match.co. www.matchbout.co. www.matchbout.co.
Okay. And I'll put the link, and I'll put the link in the description of this video. I already have your Facebook group there, but I'll put your Instagram, his Instagram, as well as the website to get the boxing shoe, sir.
Yeah, and flip-flop sauce. Shout out to my bro Carl, the flip-flop sauce.
Flip-flop what?
Hey, Mark. Bro, shout out to you, man. Thank you for everything, buddy.
No, thank you, man. This has been dope. This has been super dope, and it was very candid, and I appreciate you, man. This was dope. God bless you. I'll see you on the next one.
All right, peace.
Shelton Moore, what up, Shelton Moore? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, brother? Just getting over this COVID, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. I was worried about you. I was asking people about you and what was going on. But it's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, I went to that fucking Raider game, last game of the season. Wound up catching COVID. Was in the hospital for 13 days.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, man.
Days. Your voice sounds scratchy too.
Yeah, I'm just getting over it. But let's have a little moment, bro. You know, Kurt Sugar, my big bro, Kurt Anderson, passed today, bro.
No.
Yeah, man.
What happened?
Bad day in the YTBC. You know, Kurt was sick for a minute, man. He was in and out of the hospital, but it's just a sad day. That was a good brother right there.
You know, the show with the he had all the history and stuff.
Yeah, that was a good brother right there. I used to talk to him on the phone.
Passed away today?
Talk boxing. Yeah, he passed today, bro.
Let's give let me start the music real quick here. Let's give him the bell count. Damn, man. Let's give him the bell. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, bro. Damn, man.
That was a good brother, man, with a lot of boxing knowledge and a real good friend, man. Used to talk to him on the phone. We chop up boxing. He's a good dude.
Yeah, man, it's truly unfortunate, man. Look, I still haven't heard from D. Hodges. I'm starting to think what I heard about him was true.
Yeah, sick, bro.
Say that
Heard he
again.
wasn't doing well. I heard he was sick. I heard he wasn't doing well, right?
No, I heard worse than that, brother. I don't want to repeat it.
And we'll talk offline about that because
Yeah.
I heard he was sick, so we'll talk offline about that.
Okay. Because I got a number for him. I found his number on one of my old shows, on one of the old phone lines that we used to have for the show where he used to call in, and the phone was still up. I left him a voicemail, and I heard his name on the voicemail and everything. But still no reply.
Sad, man. It's sad, man. This world is.
Yeah, man. You break.
But anyway, that was a good interview you just did, brother.
Oh yeah. What you think? You thought it was pretty good?
Yeah, I thought it was real good, man. Informative. That's a good brother. You know, he's trying to do great things in the sport. With us. Appreciate the interview.
Yeah, I didn't. I usually go.
That was a good interview you just did.
Twice, mate. There's clips. Yeah. I usually go into these writing more of it down. This time, I didn't really write too much down. I kind of had a general idea what I wanted to talk to him about, and just about the state of boxing, and because I knew he was going to be real candid and real open. As you can see, he's a straight shooter. You know what I'm saying?
And you can't ask for anything for a man to be a man. You can't ask for nothing better than that. Just be straight up.
Hey, you sound like a DJ right now. Beam out and beam back in, because I'm hearing you twice. Like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna holler at you.
You sound like a DJ. You got DJ Clue. Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, man. Shout out to Michael Williams Sr. and the whole team. Williams Camp, World Combat Sports, Tate Jones, Ron Finkel, Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil is still on this UK and no gun stuff, man. Uncle Phil, that's America, man. That's that. Look. The first immediate, hey, look, Uncle Phil, I heard a comedian do this joke. He said, America, the First Amendment says I can say what I want to. That's why the Second Amendment is I got a right to have a gun. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a running joke. But yeah, Uncle Phil, they ain't gonna let that one go. That was the second thing they got. I can say what I want. You know, I got freedom of speech, religion, expression. I can pray to whoever, blah, blah, blah. And the second one is I got a gun if you want to stop me from doing that first thing. And everything else just fall in line after that. I can say what I want and I got a gun. It's unfortunate, but that's how they do it in America, Uncle Phil. Land of the whatever. It is what it is. And I'm a vet. I'm a vet, Uncle Phil. So I fought for these people's rights, and we all did what we did to live here in this country and defend it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You can't take away the people having their guns. So y'all can start arguing about that in the chat. That shit lame. People got their guns. Some people got the guns. I told people, I said I ain't giving up mine clips until everybody else give up theirs first.
And I still ain't giving up. I still ain't giving up mine. This America, goddammit. I'm trying to tell you right now.
When they stop making them out, we'll stop buying them. How about that?
Yeah. And, it's like, what does that old saying go? When a cat be acting bad because he got a gun, you be like, what, they stopped making guns because you got one?
Come on now. It is what it is, man. What you think of the interview we did with Michael Williams Sr.? Pretty informative, pretty interesting, huh?
Oh, man, very informative, man. Shout out to 300, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to his son, Michael Williams Jr., man. Real live dudes, solid dudes. I love their energy. I love seeing that they keeping their heads up. They, you know what I'm saying? They ain't letting none of this stop their stride. They're not skipping a beat. And, I just love seeing them brothers win. You know what I'm saying? We all got, North Carolina, Fayetteville, roots. And so not only is it good seeing them win, but it's good seeing them win because of the type of brothers they are. And so I just want blessings upon that whole household, and I just wish them success and everything. You know how that go.
Yeah, man, I ain't planning to have them up here that long.
Yeah. Y'all was kicking it. Y'all was been kicking it.
Man, Mike Williams is funny, man. He funny as hell. Check out his Instagram. Mike Williams Sr. is funny as hell. He got this, we doing these guns and he do these skits for guns and boxing, like with the active self-protection dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll do little skits like that. But, man, you talking about an arsenal, man. This man got some joints, boy.
Yeah.
Tactical joints, too.
Yeah, I know he was on Scotty Channel the one time. He was showing a little bit of his sticks. I was in there like, oh, this cat wilding. I was like, man, is it we on Scotty's channel or we on Smack DVD? I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, right. Them joints, yeah, Don Diva type shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man. Let me see, man. What's your take on the topic that we had right here, man? Do you feel like boxing fans complain too much about corruption, race, and economics instead of just enjoying the fights?
uh, I mean, I don't think they complain too much, but I do feel that the situation's been overlooked so much that now the conversation is starting to fall on deaf ears. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where, you need to talk about it. It's like you're in a toxic relationship. There's things you need to talk about it, but how many times are you going to have that conversation? you know, and that's kind of why I take the stance I take on certain fighters in certain situations. And you see, in the past few years, the fans have been on it to where no, we're done complaining. We just gonna start boycotting certain fights, or just say fuck it. And then as long as you know, I say it once again, as much as they've been given a black eye to the sport, they've also done a great thing as far as the Paul brothers and try to give fighters their money and try to get fighters, to deal with the economics and the fact that they can come out of nowhere and do what they're doing, that also shines a light on the corruption of boxing. Because you say to yourself, well, why the hell can these guys come out here and they can cut the line and jump right to the upper echelon of prize fighting? Meanwhile, I'm out here going through the motions and the paces, and I can't get a chance. And then when you also look at them, it's like, oh well, maybe it's because these are two white dudes, so that addresses the race. So you feel what I'm saying? Like all three of these topics, they're all getting addressed in their own fashion by the boxing community in our own time. And I think we're going to get to a point where, yeah, it's going to be no talking. You're just going to see that certain promoters and certain fighters, it's just like, no, the fans, we're just going to be done with it.
Mm.
Because that's the only way it'll change. At the end of the day, as long as we buy whatever the hell they shove down our throat, they're going to keep shoving shit down our throat. And you can't blame them. You feel what I'm saying? You really can't blame them from a business aspect. So as the fans, we've got to demand a more solid product. We've got to demand more integrity within our sport. And definitely, as far as the racial thing, you know, I believe as Black Americans, it's one thing to support Black fighters, but it's another thing to really give them that real support. Buy the pay per views, buy the merch, and let these fighters know that they have a fan base of their own, a platform of their own, and they don't need to marry themselves to these bitch ass promoters.
Hey, look, this is the way I look at it, man. Mike Williams Sr. was like, yo, it ain't gonna change. He said, y'all ain't gonna boycott shit. Fans ain't gonna do shit. I was like, damn, that's the open hand slap. It gave me the slap. You know what I'm saying? Like, just deal with it. And I was like, damn. He's like, it is what it is. It's been going on since the beginning of the time. And then he said, look, if I had the big enough bad, he said, Mike Williams coming off his loss, I'll be in a title eliminator or something. WBC silver, getting this or that, you know?
Uh-huh. And
And
he's not wrong.
I asked him, had he experienced any racism in boxing? He said, to be honest, not as of yet. And he said Top Rank actually treated them very well. And I was thinking, shit, that's when I thought they would treat you worse when you coming up because you don't have a voice, you know?
Yeah.
But he was like, nah. But he didn't say Terrence don't. He said, I'm not gonna say his case isn't different, or not to use the word case, but his situation. So it is what it is. It was a good conversation. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't mad at it at all. But you notice what he said. What he said alludes to what I said. Boxing fans ain't gonna go nowhere. Y'all gonna still. You love the sport so much, and that's sad. We're such fanatical fans that we just want to see some fighting, and they know this, and they're taking advantage of it. And so, as long as we are still just able, as long as we're just so willing to take whatever they give us, yeah, they're gonna give us whatever the fuck they want, and then naturally yeah, we're gonna get more of these damn fight cards where you probably got one or two fights that are even worth looking at, and then a whole bunch of bullshit on there so they can fill up the calendar and stretch it out. This is a way of them, stepping on the dope. You know what I'm saying? And stretching it out.
Mm,
So if we demand the pure, we'll get the pure. But it's going to take more than one or two YouTube channels, one or two like because right now, you know, like Michael Williams Sr. said, the conventional wisdom is niggas ain't going nowhere. Y'all go watch this shit. You go, You go bitch about, you go watch this fight, and then you go get on your YouTube channel and bitch about it. But next week you go watch the next fight, then get on your YouTube channel and bitch about it. To where, as long as we continue that cycle, it's actually a good, safe business practice for the boxing elites to keep things as it is.
That's terrible.
Yeah, and where we backed ourselves into a quarter. We backed ourselves into a quarter as a sport, and honestly, it's going to, because I don't expect boxing to clean itself up. Boxing is driven by the fans, and so as long as the fans will allow it, yeah, you damn right it's going to keep happening. You know, that's like saying, "Oh man, we don't want our young men to act a certain way," but as long as young men can get away with acting a certain way, if these females still giving them play and still giving them action, well, you know what you think the dude's gonna clean up his act? Nah, if he knows he can do the same, all right, he can't get that off with this girl, he can just do that to the next girl. So no, he's gonna keep acting the same way. You feel what I'm saying? And vice versa. To where the only time, people don't change because people hardly ever, excuse me, I say it this way, people hardly ever change for all the right reasons. Most people only start switching up what they're doing when what they're doing doesn't work. That's in all aspects of life. You feel what I'm saying? As long as they're able to get that shit off, they're going to get it off.
Okay.
It's low hanging fruit. I mean, for real, like if you was a boxing promoter, would you be worried about doing all this stuff that we're talking about, knowing good damn well you could get one or two, B list or C list fighters and put them on a main card and just fill it up with just maybe another halfway respectable name, and you could still generate millions of dollars or at least a couple $100,000 every other week, a month? Or are you going to crash out and go W over a motherfucking one fight, maybe one or two fights a year because this is the one the fans want, and possibly lose money?
But these fans but that sounds like a defeated mindset though, bro.
I don't know. I get you. And that's what I'm saying. I'm with you on that, but I'm saying put yourself in these promoters. This is the low hanging fruit that the promoters can reach for when you say, well, we want this and we want that. Why would I? Why would I? You know what I'm saying? Then at the same time, they say they're not doing that, but these promoters have a vested interest in their fighters. And so, as long as we'll still pay for the ducking and the fuckery, you feel what I'm saying? Well, yeah. They're gonna let this man duck. They're gonna do a lot of behind the scenes fuckery to where you'll get a fighter who's only got less than 20 fights, but he's up there, and they'll do shit like tell you he's got 120 fights. You know what I'm saying? They'll do all this. They'll let a kid sit there and go to Mexico for about 3 years and pad the hell out of his record in them 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? Just to come back to America looking crazy. And in your red corner at 43, and it's like, oh damn, that 43 sounds so attractive. We like, oh shit, who is this dude? Then we go to the box ranking, like, wait a minute, this dude was in Guadalajara fighting for like 3 years, like he was getting 2 fights a week, just sitting somewhere in the back of a bar, but it was all sanctioned though.
You fool. But it be like that though.
It's straight up. It's where we all know this is how it works, but it's like, yo, we're such loyal. The boxing community is such kick puppies. We're kick little puppies, and I don't care how bad they kicked us. I don't care if they crack the teeth or if they crack the rib. Guess what? When they stick their hand out, we go wag our tail, go over there, sniff and lick. And as long as we do that, well, then shit, he go, what I'm saying, he gonna come home from work and keep kicking us. It is what it is.
We got a lot of votes on this survey too. We got 63 votes. Let's get some likes in here.
I was just about to say how many likes we got.
37 right here. I don't see what's on Facebook though. We got a lot of likes on Facebook though. I don't see that to the end of the show. But it says here, according to this survey right here, let me take a screenshot, put it on the screen. And it says, do you guys think fans complain too much? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me put this on the screen. Look at it. At first, it was like a lot of people were saying, "Nah, we don't complain too much. We y'all need us," and they were right. You look. I told somebody last night. I say, yo, we think the boxer is the product. No, man. Y'all the product, man. They do give you what they want to give you. You get what I'm saying? Cause they selling you to fight. You
Man,
get
it's
what I'm saying?
no, I get you 100%. Boxing is just like music. You can complain about mumble rap and these new cats out, but you know what? They're selling. They're selling. You know,
Damn, I got to ask Mike Williams that because he said something about Jake Paul, but he also said something about Canelo. I didn't follow up with the other question that people would have wanted me to ask because I don't want to put him in a position to get sued or me. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But he brought up the Canelo thing. But I should have asked him, does he think Jake Paul is good or bad for boxing?
You know, I've had my opinions about it. As you know, I've been very vocal within the neighborhood. But as you know, since pretty much November, December, I've come to the opinion that it's a necessary ugly what the Paul brothers are doing because just their existence within the sport highlights those three topics: the corruption, the racism, and the economics of boxing. To where it's like, well, god damn, you know what I'm saying? To where the fact that they're having their careers also puts a highlight to some of the concerns that we have about the sport. To where I'm to the point where I'm not even going to try to villainize these white boys no more, and I'm gonna respect these Ohio boys for getting their bag, and I'm gonna say to myself, huh? Now, if they were able to open up these lanes, why are so many doors shut for people within the sport? You
Mm.
know, like why are they shut? Like were they able to go through these lanes because they came from the outside in? And if that's the case, then that talks to the greater culture of boxing. You know, because I'm just you can't just chalk it up to YouTube fame and oh these are white boys. You feel what I'm saying? They found a way to break the algorithm, and so is it just their business acumen and their ability to generate the cult of personality, or is there other elements within the sport of boxing that prevents actual boxers from getting on the elevator? You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm a fan of taking the stairs in life, but it does get frustrating when you see all of us on in the stairwell try to get up each flight of steps. When yeah, there'll be certain people who they can take the elevator. You feel what I'm saying? We've been in this building in the flight of steps for years. This man just walked in the building and he's already in the penthouse because he took the elevator.
Now, but how did he? But did he take the elevator or did he build his own building?
Yada yada. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm done demonizing these two boys
Right.
because
And look, and even after all of that, these guys still ain't out here vocal, trying to self promote.
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And after all of this, what the Paul brothers doing this and they doing that, they ain't real boxers. They selling real tickets.
Real tickets. I mean, like
Real tickets.
let's
They
be
got
honest.
real deals. He got a Showtime deal, homie. Jake Paul got a Showtime deal. Come on. So I don't look at it as they stealing money from good fighters. Nah, I don't look at it like that, bro. I look at it more as these guys got to be more vocal. These guys got to
Exactly.
promote themselves. I get it. So a lot of these guys are introverts. You work so hard in life to be good at one thing. You're not focused on other things like that. Trying to make a funny TikTok dance or something. No, I ain't saying you got to go all the way out like that. Go straight cornball with the TikTok dance, but communicate. Shit, go live once a week or once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just you ain't got to be up there long. The first one, just do 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Talk to the people that want to talk to you. Just go live
Right.
and be like, man, what's going on, man? What y'all doing?
You
Oh, just
100% right.
read
I
the
don't care
chat.
if I don't care if you're a boxer or hell, we and you've had this conversation. You could be a musician, you could be whatever, but we are in this weird way, and which is a good but bad thing. But now our culture, we're not buying the product as far as much as your fights. We're not buying the product as much as your music. We're buying the personality. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you can sell me on your personality, anything else you want to do, I'm willing to buy or entertain. Okay. Case in point, look at you know what I'm saying. Look at
Let me
OG.
do the super chat real quick before you do
Go
that.
ahead, go ahead.
Uncle Kenny said we damn sure complain. Hit the likes. Let me give him the drop.
A 10, a 10, a 10, a fucking 10.
Uncle Kenny, appreciate you, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I was like, look at the using a rap example. Look at the OG Snoop. Snoop sold us on his personality more than anything, and that his personality, even more than his music, has added to his iconic status and gave him such this platform where, yeah, you know what I'm saying. One minute he might drop a song, or the next minute he might be on TV with Martha Stewart. You never know. You know what I'm saying. He might sell Coronas. He might be selling rap snacks. You know what I'm saying. But the people will get into it because he was able to allow the people to, you know what I'm saying, feel like they have a personal connection to him. And so I get it. Some of these boxers, you can't get mad at the Pauls because some of these boxers just don't have that in them. He's a great boxer, but he's not a showman. Some of these boxers are great boxers, but let's be honest, are they even entertaining boxers?
Mm.
You know, and that goes back to what we say the Mayweather effect. Like Mayweather perfected the art of pointing somebody out, especially as his head started getting hurt in the middle of his career. And so now you get all these boxers who, yeah, they just want to point somebody out. And so you have the you know, people who go AB, who with all the skills and all the whatever that Adrian Broder has. Adrian Broder, most of his fights that he lost is due to inactivity because he's just trying to look pretty and point somebody out, to where, all right, you can sell this personality, but are you even selling an entertaining fight? You say what you want to, but you know what I'm saying? Like everyone keeps saying, you can say what you want to about them. Jake Paul is sleeping motherfuckers. And you know, when it comes down to boxing, you know, that is what that's what put fans in the seats. You know, we are, I said it once, I said it 1,000 times, we are Romans in the Coliseum. We choose violence, we want blood. And so if this man's going out there talking that shit, making the build up to the fight entertaining, and closing the show, well, shit, what you trying to take from them? I know real boxers, the people who are so real boxers and real prize fighters. So you know what? These motherfuckers can't and won't do that. You know, you got a boxer like Ryan Garcia who builds up a motherfucking goddamn a social media presence out of this world, but then he's always pulling out of fights because he is no longer a boxer. He is a social media presence. So let's stop blaming them two boys, and let's look at, you know, the overall, you know, of those three things: the corruption, the race, and the economics. You know, I'm real big on this in life for my own safety and my own mental health. I say if it affects me, that there was something I could do that to affect it. So what am I doing? And I don't see too many boxers or people with say so within the boxing community really reflecting on what we can do and what they, you know, said, and what we have done to contribute to this. And the one thing that we have done is we've been a kick puppy and we have accepted the bullshit long enough to where now it's standard business practice. So now that it's a standard business practice, you really expect them to just reinvent the wheel and change up overnight? They've been making money hand over fist doing this since the damn, you know, since pretty much the late '80s. And by the time it got to the mid '90s, you know what I'm saying, it got solidified. The way things are done now got solidified into the standard business practice. So we've got to shift. We've got to shift the paradigm.
For sure. Well, look, that's all I got for this one, man. You got anything else you want to say or you want to plug and promote before we go?
Man, nothing much, man. Just chilling, man. You already know the vibes, man. You know, hit the like button, like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Marq Nash breaking the beats. You know what I'm saying? That guy Eclipse 330 got a YouTube channel, got an Instagram page, got an album out. You can find me on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, man, just catch us in the neighborhood, man. We got fights going on this week. I'll be honest with you, neighborhood. I'm not too excited, but I will watch it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I did all that talking shit, man. I might end up buying this shit, man. I might end up buying it. Oh man, cause look, but I ain't saying y'all should buy it or gotta buy it, but I feel like I gotta buy it because of my position. It's a tax write-off, I guess, right?
There you go. There you go. Right, get it
That's
off on
all.
your taxes.
Yeah, it's a tax write-off. Well, all right, man. That's all I got, man. That's it. Anybody got anything else? Y'all plug your channels in the chat. Plug anything you want to plug and promote. It's been another great episode of Breaking Beats with your man Marq Nash. I did not get my nap today, guys. I know y'all like, hold up, he's leaving? It ain't even 12 o'clock. We usually do long night show. Man, a lot of people gonna be pulling up around 12, 1 o'clock thinking the show is still going on. Nope, we out of here. Congratulations, Pure. You say you got your strike removed. Did they send you back an email telling you anything, or they just took it away? Yep. Yeah, man. Sometimes you could just send a nice email, bro, to the person who sent you that strike, and they'll take it away. They'll just take it right away. They might say, "Hey, send me a copy of the link." Sometimes you ain't got no link because YouTube already don't took it down, so you don't even have a copy. They deleted the video. So all I do is, if the video came back, what you do is go in there into your edit and just make the video private, homie. Just make the video private, or when it pops back up, because you might have to send YouTube an email too, so you can start back going live. Because a lot of times they'll take the strike away, but you got to still email YouTube to restore your live privileges. So that's all I got, man. It's your man Marq Nash. Another great episode of Breaking Beats, where we break down. He said, "I'll split it with you." All right, cool, Uncle Kenny, watch it with me. There we go. Uncle Kenny said he's going half with me on the fight. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll watch it backstage. You know what I'm saying? How we do it. All right, man. So that's dope. Uncle Kenny going in with me on the fight. All right, so look, it's been another great episode of Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, anything else you and I feel like talking about. Remember, it's a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist. We like to let the jokes fly because life is serious enough. Special thanks goes out again to Mike Williams Sr. for giving us a very candid and very interesting interview, and telling us a lot about what he feel about boxing. Check the replay. You guys are going to love this replay. He jumps right in, holding no bars. So shout out to Mike Williams Sr., Mike Williams Jr., shout out to Roy Jones Jr. Promotions. And thank you guys for your time and energy. I'll see y'all on the next episode. It's your man Marq Nash, Breaking Beats. And I'm gone. Short outro tonight, y'all. Short outro.
This that squad sound.